YouTube fam? Thank you for joining me today. I am Queen TC for those of you who are new here, and I know family, this is very different for you guys, but I wanted to come on here and share with you guys exactly what I learned and maybe even give some advice on how to be the most successful beauty influencer in 2020. I know you guys can do this, so if you guys are in the least bit interested in what I have to say and what I have to give, then grab a snack and keep on watching. My first piece of advice is practicing your niche. So I'm pretty sure by now you've heard this time and time again, especially on YouTube, but it's definitely beneficial to know ahead of time. So if you don't know what a niche is, it's pretty much something that's geared towards a specific audience. So for me as a beauty influencer, everything geared towards beauty. Anything dealing with makeup, skincare, sometimes even, fashion can be in that realm as well. But either way, sticking to that narrow path will definitely get you further ahead of the game than everybody else. So just because you're a beauty influencer does not mean that you do not have to be even more specific. So for me, everything was mostly about, makeup, and that's what I stuck to. You can break it down even further than that. Some people like glam, like full glam. Some people like natural looks. Some people love color. There's even a graphic liner niche that you can do. So to me, if you at least can narrow it down to what broad or genre you want to stick to, then go more specific in that area, you'll do much better. That also brings me to planning out your content, which is number 2. To plan out your content is so important because everybody wants to see that you know exactly what you're doing, and on top of that, they want to see your progression. Even if you already know so much about beauty in itself, they want to see you develop your mind and your content as well as interacting with them so that way they can develop as well. Also, having a plan is going to show you that you are very serious about this. A lot of times people start off and they just want something to do or they see everybody else doing it. But the only way to be successful is to plan everything out. And don't get me wrong, I've been there where I start and I stop and I start and I stop. But I do have a lot on my mind as to what I want to bring. It is better to write it down either on your phone, there's plenty of apps out there, or even, go old school and write it down on a notebook or a piece of paper. I believe that planning your content can keep your engagements up, keep you consistent, and keep everything fresh. So what does this mean? It means that planning out everything for all of your platforms is essential to you practicing your niche. Let's say you have 3 platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you only have one thing planned for Instagram but nothing else, then no one's going to be as engaged as you hope, or you're not going to get the response that you want. So the more you plan, the more people will be interested, the more people will want to engage with you, and the more you'll feel better about yourself and about what you're doing. You'll see your progression, and then from there you'll be able to zone in on exactly what you need to improve on and what you want to bring to the table in the next following months. Which brings me to my third advice: be consistent. And again, you guys, this is not like fixed. This is not something that's going to stick off gate. If you already have a personality that's kind of like, I do whatever I want when I want, this may be a little struggle. I say be consistent because regardless, the reason why you're starting this is because you want that return in likes or in engagement or subscribers or anything like that. You want people to see what you're doing. You want to see that you're progressing some way, somehow. And the only way to do that and know that you're doing well is to be consistent. People will be able to tell you what they like and what they don't like. Or you'll be able to see the numbers. I know on Instagram they have an analytics page as well as on YouTube. And you'll be able to see for a whole week what your progress is. If you're lacking in impressions or if you're gaining in followers. So let's say you were consistent for a whole month and you were bringing Instagram videos or pictures almost every day. And then after that month, you just stop. People are going to be confused. That is very inconsistent for them. They don't want somebody who pops in and out of their life. And I know that sounds crazy, but think about all of the people that you watch and think about all of the shows that we used to watch when we were younger. We knew every single Thursday at 8 p.m. a certain show would be on. Same thing when it comes to Instagram or social media, period. So consistency definitely pays off in the long run, and it has been a roller coaster for me specifically, but I definitely am still learning from that. My fourth piece of advice is post quality photos. This means even if you don't have a great camera, most times people have an iPhone or a smartphone. Use that to its advantage. Learn about your phone, what you can do to improve your videos, what you can do to improve your pictures. Let's just be honest. We have a very short attention span. So if something looks off, or if something looks dull, or if something doesn't look in place some way, somehow, all it takes is literally 3 seconds and the person swipes or the person goes somewhere else. With YouTube, like, think about what you do. On YouTube, you type in exactly what you're looking for, and then you see the first 3 posts and you look at it. And most of the time, because they're at the top, they're like probably one of the best that's been doing well. And so you look at the picture and you like the picture. So then that brings you to looking at the caption or the title. And you're like, oh, okay, that sounds about right, about where I want to be. And then you click the video. That literally takes 3 seconds. So if you don't like what you see at first with the picture, you're not going to click it. You're not even going to look at the title at all. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with Twitter, same thing with Facebook even. I know that I go on live a lot of times on Facebook, and if you don't have a presentation that what you're doing is interesting, or even if your caption's not interesting, a lot of people are just not going to want to watch you. They're just going to keep scrolling. And so you want to have quality all the time. You want to seem like you care about how everything looks. And that is not to say that you have to go out and spend all of your coins on every single thing, but progress with it. So as you grow with your niche, save up and budget so that way you can get that bomb camera, or you can get that ring light that you really want, or that stand, or you want to build your own beauty room or whatever. Save it up, budget, do what's best, but bring quality every single time. And lastly, my fifth advice is to try something new, learn from it, and repeat. This is so important for me personally, because I believe that if you stay stagnant, so will your progress. You will not move. You will not see anything change as far as your growth. Now you will probably be the master of whatever that is. So if all you want to do is just natural looks and that is it, like you don't change anything about your routine, you don't even change your products, nothing, then you are going to master that, and that's what you're going to be known for. But people want to see the progression. So even let's say you do natural looks, people want to see that you try different techniques, that you try different products, that maybe you allow somebody else to try your same technique on you. You make it interesting, but it's important that you try something new. It can be anything from style of makeup to the technique that you're using, to maybe, hey, a backdrop. You guys remember I had a whole different background, and even this video for me, this is completely different. But try something new, and then you put it out there, you learn from it, you watch yourself and study, oh, what could I've done differently, or oh, I like that, and then you perfect that, and then you do it again, and before you know it, you'll have everything else. You'll see that your niche is like your thing and you're confident in it. You'll see that you are actually very consistent. You see that you care about the quality of your work and everything. Everything will just start falling in place just because you did this very last step. But that is all I have for you guys for today. Please let me know in the comments if you benefited from this at all. Give me a thumbs up if you just absolutely loved everything about it. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.